Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Corrosa and I have a few announcements about the website. So stick around. Without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so before we get to any kind of website stuff, we're going to talk about Carosa a little bit. I believe that's the way you say her name. She has a grimoire, which is going to be her book. She uses that to summon Arcane and Arcane Realm, and it's very interesting. She's a cool looking unit. She's been on the test server for a long time. I believe she was originally a fusion on Forerunner, and they just never released her, but then they gave her some buffs. And they decided to release her now, and she's basically like a free unit for you to pick up. So there's not really a lot of complaints to come about it when it's a free unit. I do believe she will enter the summoning pool, which might dilute the pool a little bit. There should be some complaints about that if she does. That's not confirmed though at this time. They tend to release a lot of units and not actually add them to the summoning pool. There's quite a few units that are missing. But anyways, Carosa is a cultist mage. Which means she's going to be benefiting from slows or crowd control effects. Is going to increase her damage, but she is it does say multi-target attack, and she does ally buff. Okay, is it a lot? We'll find that out in just a minute. Hero details. We're gonna max this out. About 9k HP, 2300 attack. Not much happening there, right? That's a really low attack. Defense is 579. Magic res is pretty decent at 2800. Cost is 16. Being what she is, it'd be nice if her cost was a little bit lower. Block and redeployment time are standard. Attack interval is pretty quick at 2 seconds. And everything else here is pretty standard with Rage Regen Auto at 14, 10, and 6. Okay, so onto the talent right away. Well, first off, she's a Forbidden Scholar. She's a mage, does magic damage. And that's about all I can do there. Let's go on to the talent. For every 6 basic attack by the hero and her grimoire, the next base attack summons the Arcane Realm, centering one enemy for 5 seconds. Enemies in the realm will be inflicted with vulnerability to magic damage, receiving 60% AoE damage per second. So she's going to center that onto one enemy, and then any enemy within that realm at the same time is going to get this vulnerability, and she's also going to give them or hit them with 60% AoE damage per second. It's not crazy, but it's definitely going to help out if you're talking about like magic damage vulnerabilities. Extra 20% damage going to the enemies is always nice to have. She's kind of a buffer more than she is just a damage dealer. I am definitely going to be testing her out in the future though, but today we're just looking at her kit, and I want to make the website update for you guys. Magic attack, her basic attack is a magic attack, deals 100% damage to one enemy, that's up to 120%. Her ultimate, Arcane Resonance, is a manual. It's 700 cost. She starts out with 400, lasts for 10 seconds, maxes out at 15 seconds, enters the Arcane Stance, attack plus 50%. When dealing basic attack, her grimoire will attack 2. This effect lasts for 10 seconds. So essentially, she just gets a 50% attack boost, and her grimoire and her both attack at the same time. This is all basic attacks, so Infernal Roar is definitely going to be the way to go with her, right? Overflowing Energy is a passive. When summoning the Arcane Realm in the Arcane Stance, has a 30% chance to summon one extra Arcane Realm with her grimoire. Her chance goes up to an extra 20%, so it's a 50% chance. Energy Conversion, after the hero or her grimoire summons the Arcane Realm, increases the hero's attack by 5%, permanently up to 3 times. So when she gets the Arcane Realm out there, she gets more attack boost. Kind of not as good as it may sound because her base attack is so low that it's kind of hard to justify being really excited about, but it is something to work with. It's not going to be like it's nothing. It is something, right? And I'll definitely be testing her out, like I said, but right now we're just going to hit and kind of give you my overall thoughts for now. Esoteric Wisdom increases all mages damage by 6%, only takes effect when Corrosa is in the team. Now this reminds me of our boy, well actually either one of them, the dragons here, right? I think both of them have this. It's the Ancient Blood, increases team members damage by 4%. I think when they get awakened up further here, Awakening level 2 goes up to a 5% boost. She's giving them a 6% boost. She's not in the gallery yet. Hold on a second. She's going to be giving them a 6% damage boost to all the mages. Okay, so that's pretty nice to have on her if you're trying to do some more damage with your mages, depending on what you're doing. She doesn't have to be on the field. She just needs to be in your roster when you go into the fight, or on your team, I should say. Awakenings. Let me move myself out of the way quickly here. In the arcane stance, attack speed plus 120. Okay. Awaken 2, base attack plus 300. Pretty average. Awaken 3, if the hero summons the arcane realm in the arcane stance, the duration of the stance increases by 3 seconds. I think the arcane stance here, let me go back quickly, is when she activates her ultimate. So she does an arcane stance, or does the arcane realm during the ultimate is what they're saying when they say the arcane stance. So during the ultimate, the duration of the stance increases by 3 seconds. After 3 seconds to the ultimate. Awaken level 4 is all damage plus 8%. Usually that's a really good Awaken 4. I wish they would do that on more heroes instead of the penetration thing. I like this much more. The arcane Awaken level 5 is the arcane realm's damage per second is increased to 80% from 60. So it's just an extra 20% extra AoE damage kind of hitting the enemies here. Now, I don't think, obviously, there's not going to be any reviews for it right now. There's nothing on here. But how do I feel about the hero? Well, I think it's free. If you don't like the hero, you can sell the hero and you can maybe buy yourself some demon soldiers. She's not that bad. I think if you're a free-to-play player, mid-game player, something like that, you're going to really enjoy her being there. And I think she's going to help you out a lot if you're having a hard time getting mages or legendaries in general. As far as the late game players, not too impressed. I can't really think of a place where I want to go and, hey, like put her down just because. Or even bring her on along for that extra 6% damage. It's nice, but it's not something that's going to be that required, okay? Alright, so with that all being said, Corrosa is Corrosa. Now, if you want to see a more detailed guide of this, I want to bring up prospector.gg. Here we go. Make sure that everything looks like it should. Make myself a little bit smaller here. Alright, so we have some new guys down here helping out with news. We have Kenny, who's trying it out, seeing how he feels about it, and right now he has this practice news update up here, so kind of ignore that while he plays around with it and sees if he can't figure it out. We do have things in there that gets posted for news if you're interested in that. It's not as cluttered as what Moonton or Watch-Arounds themselves are posting, but it is still nice. Knapsack guides will put that on there. It looks really nice when you go in there. You can just see exactly how to solve those puzzles, and you can comment on them as well, okay? We have the Ultimate Reward Season is live, Skystone updates, stuff like that is going to be posted here. You also, if you don't mind supporting me through Smile1, if you go in here, just click on this button, it'll take you right to my exclusive link, which is smile1.prospector.gg. And whenever you buy something on here, you are able to benefit me as well. So I get like a 5% kickback from Moonton themselves. And I will also, current Smile1 deals, I will put, if there is a new one, I will update this and add like bundles if they're doing it for the month, or if they're doing any kind of packs with that. But anyways, besides that, the big update I have here is when you go to search for a hero, so let's say we search for Carosa, what's going to happen is this little button here is just going to show up underneath it. And when you use that, you can just click on that hero and it'll bring you right to that guide, and you can see the skills, you can see the gear sets, 2-piece sets, 3-piece sets, artifacts. I try to include 3 each, and then you have the substat priorities, main stat priorities with the substat priorities, and then a little bit of art explanation about the artifacts if I've gotten to that. But besides that, we have the average score here, which is the average score across all stages. So sometimes this looks a lot worse than what it is. It might show it at 2.5, might show it at 3, and it may be or 3.5 on the high end. I think like Giri would probably show like a 4.2. You'd be like, why is that not 5? Well, it's not 5 because there is places where you can't even use these heroes. So like Conqueror, you can't put Carosa down, so that kind of lowers the average. I wish I could remove anything that is lower than a 1, but I mean, that's something I probably try to do. That way it's not considered when it comes to the average. but I kind of want it to be because I want that the average score to show how useful they are across all stages, and it can show you how much value that a hero will have for your account on the whole game. Okay, and you can decide highest average score is a hero that I want to upgrade because I'm limited on resources. Anyways, we do have the Awakenings and BP. Sebastian is working on these as I'm recording this to get these updated. We have the attributes, we have the stage ratings, we have the video related content. Videos about this hero will show up here. Eventually, if they don't have one, we'll just say coming soon, stay tuned. But the other big part of the update here is some of these war tools are actually changing. So we have the secret achievements does work. The defensive magic break heroes is going to be eliminated. Odyssey quest list is something that still needs to be completed. Gear cleansing guide will be completed. Exclusive gear list will be completed. These are some links that are not going to work right now, but our price calculator is actually working as well. So if you go in here and you say, well, there's a pack and I want to buy, 10,000 diamonds. That's a lot of diamonds, right? And you come down to the bottom, it's going to tell you that that's 10,000 diamonds worth of $100. Okay. Add a couple skill crystals in there. Let's put some 5 skill crystals in there. Now you're at 150. All right, so you're gonna be able to evaluate packs to see if they're worth your time or worth your money. So that's something to keep in mind there as well. Now artifacts have been added, and this is a really big part of the update. This part of the page it was a lot of work. Let's just put it that way. Just putting this up there, and you can use it for deciding what artifacts to keep, which ones to sell. But you can see if you go to the fighters, they are organized from highest rating to lowest, and it'd be mythic to legendary. If you want to load more, you can get more in there. I made it so you can only see 12 at a time. Makes it easier for the page to load. So for page load speed, you just hit more if you want to see more. We do have all of the artifacts in here, with the exception, as of right now, of some of the exclusives not being added yet. Now I tried to put the exclusives in an order based on which ones I think are better than the others, but it's really difficult because a lot of them are 5 stars because a lot of them are best in slot for that hero. So keep that in mind when looking at them. If you want, you can go to that, or you can just message me on Discord and be like, hey, Brokier's is better than Lord Phineas's exclusive artifact. His should be higher, and I can think about it. It might be just something that I just missed, and I'm definitely open to your opinion, so just let me know. And then we have the generic over here as well. But when you go and you click on one of these, or you could type the hero's name, so let's say Kagiri, same thing as before on the other search. Just open up a Kagiri artifact. You can open this up, and what you're gonna get is basically pretty minimal right now. Okay, so it's just showing you another search where you can search for Salazar if you want, or if you want to search for a tier, or you can just put of and you get a couple of them, or usually you do, but tier, and you can go and check out tier of Twilight if you'd like. Either way, this is going to show you at level 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, and 25 which variables change as you level them up and what they equal to. All right, so and I'm also going to have that highlighted in like a sky blue, so when you click on these things, it's just going to really quickly show you in a super responsive exactly what those stats are going to be as you level up the artifact. As of right now, that's all I really have for it. Don't forget to sign up for a member, and you can make yourself a profile. So if I go over here to the profile, I've set this all up. Gave myself a cover photo, added a button. You have an activity feed as well. This is something you just update, and this will show up across the activity. It's like a mini Facebook. There's a lot of work to be done in the user UI kind of area, as far as your user interaction and stuff goes, but it's a work in progress, and you can set up things like, okay, so we have like here, I uploaded MP3 even, where you could hear the song kind of playing. I don't know if you can actually see it there, but anyways, yeah, you can add images, you can add your socials, you can add all kinds of things on here, favorites, friends. You have your friends, they have groups. I'm still trying to figure out the groups things though, so if I go to groups, nothing really shows up. That's something that I have to figure out yet, as I think you have to create a group somehow and then join it, but that's still a work in progress. but you can set up your profile. And then when you go to hero guides, for example, let's say we go to Ingrid, because I know there's some comments on there. You can actually comment and rate these guides. I'm thinking about making this so it can be like a user rating for the hero, like an average rating, so you guys can all just rate the hero and then it'll show an average up here. But you can also comment on this, right? So we have impacts here. What's up, buddy? It says top 3 feet and more. Said prove it. You can just like, it's a comment section. It's basically what it is underneath the hero guide. So keep that in mind. If you decide to check out Prospector.gg, we are welcome to have you there. We also have some latest videos and latest hero guides showing up here as well. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you check out Prospector.gg. Also, don't forget to check out Twitch, Discord, and the YouTube channels as well. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and join the Discord as well if you want to communicate with me or have any questions that you want to get more direct answers to. But anyways, I've been the Prospector. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.